What is up, Clench crew? Today, I am going to help you on your quest to that perfect six-pack, those cinder block abs. I got 5 of our favorite resistance band ab exercises. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start off with a simple twist on an old favorite. We're gonna be doing crunches or sit-ups, and we're gonna add a 41-inch band to it. So to do that, I got a low anchor point, and I'm using our lightest 41-inch band because we're gonna fold it in half through this anchor point, and that's gonna make this thing really heavy, but it's gonna be worth it, I promise. The other thing I like to use, floor mat of some kind, and then something to hook your feet under. You can use like a couch or whatever you got to hold your feet down, because you're going to need some kind of a counterweight to hold your feet down during this exercise due to the added resistance, especially if you're a top-heavy person like me. So hook your feet in. Make sure that you get enough distance away from the wall so that when you grab this band and pull it down, I like to just kind of pull it down to my shoulders so that it's away from my head and neck, but you want to have some tension on it. And then to execute the rep, it's all about control. So squeeze those abs, crunch yourself all the way up, and then let it down nice and slow. Just barely touch those scapulas at the floor. Exhale, crunch back up, big squeeze, let it down nice and slow. You might not be able to see it, but my abs are shaking because there's so much tension. You don't want to use too much resistance, but you want to use enough so that it's just better than a typical sit-up. And that's how I like to do the banded sit-ups. All right, next up, we got a twist on a Russian twist. So what we're gonna do here, the Russian twist, you're basically seated like this with your feet off the floor, legs together, and we're gonna do a twisting motion. Now, we're gonna add a 41-inch band. Once again, you're gonna wanna use something light, and then you want it to be anchored higher than where your feet are gonna end up so that you can make it over top without running into your toes with the band. The other thing is, this is gonna get a lot more difficult, and you're gonna be throwing in this reactionary force that's gonna wanna actually like twist your body. So you may not be able to do it with your legs off the ground. I kinda like to keep my heels just barely touched to the floor because the band provides plenty of resistance. And then what we're gonna do, twist as far as we can to the left and to the right, leaning back and focusing on getting those obliques engaged and twisting as far as we can, nice and controlled. If you're really good, you can pick them heels up and keep going. And that's how we do the Russian twist. Next up, we got a plank variation. We call them banded pull-throughs. Basically, it's gonna be a variation of a plank, and then we're gonna grab a 41-inch band with a low anchor point, and we're gonna turn this into kind of a three-limbed exercise. So you're kind of gonna be balancing, and then you're also gonna be pulling through. So set this up, get yourself in a plank position, and then you got this band with a low anchor point coming through underneath your arm. And then make sure you grab the band so that there's tension at the bottom. And then to do the pull through part, you're basically gonna pull straight through all the way up like we're doing a rear delt fly. And this is all about control. We do not need to go fast. Get some good time under tension. And you will feel the burn. And then to switch sides, you just turn around, use your other arm. All right, next up, we're gonna be doing some leg raises with abduction. So this is kind of a combination exercise, and we're gonna add a band. So we're doing a 41-inch band, low anchor point, and you're gonna start out by just looping this band around the top of your feet, kind of around the midsection, and then make sure that you're far enough away that there's tension at the bottom, and then we're just gonna go into a leg raise position. So I like to kind of have my knees slightly bent, and then I kind of tuck my hands under the sides of my glutes to give me some stability. And then we're up off the floor with our legs. And then I also keep my scapulas up off the floor a little bit just so I can get all my abs engaged. And then to do the abduction part of it, so we're gonna get to this point, we're gonna hold it, and then we're gonna do some abductions. Bringing those legs out to the side. Big squeeze. And I kind of like to go up at a little bit of an angle here just so I get some more leg raise component into this exercise. And it's all about control here. Controlling your legs, making it as hard as possible on those abs. And that's how we do the leg raise with abduction. Last exercise, this is kind of a little bit of a fun one. We call them around the world planks. What we're gonna need here, single 41-inch band. Once again, I'm using the lightest of the light on the 41-inch bands, mostly because my abs are totally exhausted from filming this. Setting this up, very easy. We just kind of hook the band around our feet, and then I grab the band inside of my thumbs. We're gonna get down into a plank position. I kind of keep my hands a little bit narrower on this, and I'll show you why in a minute. Get up into that plank, get that butt down, nice neutral line from your ankles all the way up to the top of your head. And then here comes the around the world part. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach out with our feet and back in, out with our right foot, back in, out with our hand, back in, other hand, back in, and you keep going around the world until your legs fall off and your arms fall off. And this is super challenging. The slower you go, the more challenging it gets. And keeping that plank form is crucial. Obviously, your butt's gonna wanna drift up towards the ceiling to make it easier. Try to fight that, keep that low butt, and crank through these around the world planks. There you go. There's 5 fresh ab exercises to help you on your quest for a six-pack. You can toss any one of these into your existing core workouts, or you can build a completely new workout just using these 5 exercises. For example, you could do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for each of these exercises and do 2 full circuits. There's a 10-minute workout for you. And you can feel free to adjust that, go more rounds, more time, less time to get a really challenging core workout. There's enough variation in these exercises to get your full core engaged, your upper abs, middle abs, lower abs, obliques, everything is in here. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed what you saw today, be sure to smash that like button. Also, if you want to see more exercises, videos like this, be sure to click on these on-screen video links. We have tons of content on this channel. Would love to have you keep watching. And also, if you need any of the bands or accessories shown today, head over to clenchfitness.com. We will hook you up, and thank you for watching.